everyone, it's Clint Salter here, your host for Dance Teachers Unite for 2015. And today's all about overhauling the processes, the systems in your business, the administration, all of that stuff that I know you really, really enjoy. And I met this lady that we're going to speak to last year at the Dance Teachers Summit. And I was like, you know what? I need to get her in front of the dance studio owners because she knows what she's talking about. She's built an amazing business, but not only that, she's really passionate about dance and training our young dancers of tomorrow. So please welcome our guest for today, Cindy Clough. Hi, Cindy. How are you?
Hi, I am great. How are you?
Excellent, excellent. I'm really, really good. So, Cindy, for those that don't know much about you or anything about you, can you tell our studio owners a little bit about your business and what's your big mission in the world?
Well, our business is very unusual in that we basically are in 200 communities, and we started in our basement, believe it or not, and we have grown substantially. And in a nutshell, what we are is we do all the choreography, the billing, and the advertising for our youth directors who we hire. They are employees of ours. So we take all the business side out of it, and they just get to teach the kids. And so, and we also do other things like summer camps. We have a mail order catalog. We have a t-shirt business. So it's kind of diverse. And we do a halftime at the Outback Bowl every year in Tampa.
Wow.
Florida.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. And so is that a licensing model? Is it a franchising model? How does it work? Because a lot of our studio owners, we've got programs. We'd love to maybe look at doing something like that. What's the model for your business?
Our model is they are employees rather than having what you'd call a franchise. It's similar to a franchise, except that they have no upfront fees whatsoever. Mm-hmm. All they are out is their time. And so that is their big investment, is their time. And we've had some of them start and not be able to do it. And then, but basically we give them all the tools to do it. If they're a go-getter, they should be able to do it.
Yeah, you give them essentially kind of what we do in the program. You give them a recipe and right. Like a business in a box. And if they can follow right. those steps, they're going to be able to have some success in that business.
Yeah. Yes, I feel so.
It's great. So I want to start by asking you, you've got a couple of different businesses. I've seen the clothing brand at the different events that are going on, and it's a great brand. What do you think are the differences between someone who's running a thriving dance studio and someone who might be just surviving? What have you seen of those kind of distinct differences?
Well, I think it's important to step back from what you're doing and try to look at it from up above, looking down on your business, because sometimes we're so in the trees that we can't see the forest. And so I think the difference would be in our businesses that we've been able to, and we have problems just like everyone else. In fact, we're going through some transitions right now that we're trying to get, trying to get a grasp on some things. But I think to always be analyzing, always be trying to improve, look at it from your customer's perspective. But I think the great thing that we provide is that we know what dancers want. So in our businesses that we have, for instance, the t-shirt one, we know what's trendy, we know what's cool, what the kids want, and we know how fast they need it. So sometimes we'll have people stay up all night to get it ready for us, which is great.
Yeah. And so you touched on there the challenges, and no matter how successful you are as a studio owner, everyone goes through challenges, because I think you get to one point and you're like, yes. And then you're like, oh no, now I'm going to climb the mountain again, and we see it a lot with studios that maybe are hiring a space and then they decide to go into their own facility. We see it with people in a facility that outgrow the facility, so need a bigger facility. Yeah. So what's your advice around navigating change, and how do you navigate growth? Like, what systems have you got in place to be able to help you, make that process as easy as possible? Although we know it's not easy.
Right. It's never easy. Well, if you're thinking about a space if you're talking in terms of trying to grow, if you've grown out of your space, I think you really need to run numbers before you get yourself into something that you can't afford. So you have to run numbers and be conservative when you run them, so that you can make your payments and make your bill pay your bills. I find that is most important, is to look back, look ahead, and make sure you're being realistic about your needs. And sometimes you can rent for a while until you get ready to, I've even been in 2 spaces in one community before because we weren't ready to make the jump. And say you only needed 3 more classes a week. Sometimes you can rent somewhere for those additional hours so that you don't have that additional upkeep and money going out. What you really want to look at is your bottom line. Are you making money? And, we had an unfortunate summer this year. A bad example, we do camps all over. And we had some new people in positions where some contracts got signed. And we ended up working the whole summer, not really making any money because we were paying it all out to all our vendors and colleges that we were at and universities. So you really want to make sure you're running your numbers, and not saying I always do it because I didn't in those cases, but you need to be looking at that.